Hey everybody, Santo here. We're going to be taking a look at 20 Minutes Till Dawn. This is a fun little twin stick shooter roguelite kind of thing where you try and survive for 20 minutes. And I'm going to be taking a look at the flame cannon. This recently got reworked in an update, and I thought that the flame cannon was pretty difficult to use initially, so I'm very curious to see how it works now. As for runes, I'm going to go with Dedication. Ethereal is probably the right move, but with the Flame Cannon, I only think I'm going to have one summon, which is the Electro Bug, so I kind of want to take Dedication for a spin as well, see how that does. As for character, I'm going to go with Scarlet because that just makes the most sense. If I'm going to be using the Flame Cannon, I might as well use the Fire character. So let's give this a look on the max difficulty and see how we can do. Alright, see how this can do. Okay, wow. That fires really fast now. It's pretty short ranged, but I mean, that opens up a lot of very interesting, powerful possibilities. Like, having a good fire rate is nuts for a lot of different upgrades, particularly lightning. Is right here, so I'll grab that. Like, yeah, that lightning's hitting pretty fast, and that's static damage that's gonna basically carry me throughout the first 5 minutes of this very easily. There's the Electro Bug I was talking about for Dedication. So yeah, you know, go Fire Cannon, immediately get lightning upgrades. Okay. Extra reload rates is going to be pretty good. That'll just give me more uptime on shooting dudes. Alright. Enter the second phase, where there's lots more enemies now. And let's see what we can get. Okay, haste is incredibly important. I really want the running gun ability because, like, I can't just rely on my initial shots to kill enemies. Like, my bullet damage is very, very low. I need to stack up burn and then move away. And for the second boss in particular, he kind of charges you, and it's pretty difficult to dodge him unless you have some movement speed. Okay, wow, I got Electro Mastery like really quick. That's very powerful. Oh yeah. Like, look at this Electro Bug just like ruining things. I don't even have to shoot. Okay, what we got here? Alright, double shot's very important for like pretty much almost every gun, I'd say. Just, it's such a big DPS boost, and for me, I just want to stack that burn, so giving me more ways to stack burn is very, very attractive. But here we're seeing the potential downfalls of the flame cannon, in that enemies are getting pretty close to me and I can't just fire at them and run forward, or else I might hit them before they die. Okay, we got 3 upgrades here that we want. Armed and Ready, extra reload rate and max ammo, just again, more uptime on shooting. And that leads to Kill Clip, which is a very, very powerful ability. Fan Fire, I would like that as well, at least a Fusillade, another like must-have for this. And there's also Frost Mage. Freeze is so overpowered that, like, I don't really want to take this, but Frost Mage also makes the second boss much, much easier. Here, I'm gonna go with Armed and Ready. see how it goes. Okay, the first boss is going to be coming up fairly soon here. Shows up at 17 minutes. But the first boss is pretty non-consequential. Okay, so there's Energize, which is quite good, but I'm going to be taking Take Aim here, because that's going to allow me to play a little bit better keep away with these enemies. I say as they swarm me. Take Aim also leads to bullet penetration, which is a very, very important ability for dealing with, you know, hordes like these. Okay, there's Running Gun. That's great. Now I barely slow down while firing, so I can stick and move much, much easier. Alright, well, my shield went, but I got the best upgrade for Scarlet. 10% fire rate every time inflicts burn. That's gonna be insane. It just lets me empty my clips so fast. So let's grab Split Fire here. Yeah, this is why reload speed's so important on Scarlet, because of Pyromaniac here. Like, you have the fire rate without having to do anything, but you need the reload rate to kind of back it up. So getting kill clip is like a top priority now. Okay, a couple summons, some extra lightning, and sniper, which I'm taking. Extra bullet damage, not that important, but that bullet speed is very, very good. Now I'm shooting quite far. So I've got my running gun. I only have 2 HP, which is a bit of an issue. I'm gonna grab Assassin. I want that extra bullet speed, and, you know, being able to kill enemies below 20% HP is very, very strong. I'm curious if that triggers off of burn damage ticks. If it does, that's like incredible. But I don't necessarily think I have the bandwidth here to be able to check. Ooh, got my Holy Shield right on time, so that means I can take a hit from the boss. Yeah, see, this is why running gun's so useful. Ooh, we got Fusillade here. Alright, and we got him down. So, what do we got here? So we got Tome of Power, antithetical to everything we're doing. Tome of Elements, which is very, very good, which is one I'm going to be taking. And Tome of Summoning, which... it'd make my lightning bug even better, but that reload rate decrease is disgusting. So yeah, let's take this Tome of Elements here. And that improves our damage by quite a bit. Now let's move around here, just pick up some experience. I'd like to get some extra pickup range, honestly, because it just makes things nicer. Not having to run around and pick up all this experience quite as much. And the later upgrades in the pickup range tree are actually pretty good. Okay. So in the wind, extra movement speed and bullet damage. Don't really need the bullet damage. Blazing speed is extra move speed, and inflicting burn, which sounds good, but the area in which you inflict the burn is pretty it's pretty close to you, so it's not actually the best. I'm just gonna be picking up Fanfire here. I empty my clip very often, so that's gonna be pretty solid. Okay, we got these eyeball projectile guys, which are very annoying. They're one of the easier ways to get hit, because they are fairly tanky, and, you know, now you gotta worry about dodging things that you can't kill. Also, if you're playing with the grenade launcher, the grenades from the grenade launcher look a little bit like those projectiles, so you can get confused if you're not careful. I'm going to be taking fire rate here, at least the light ammo, which I really want, as well as siege, which isn't all... I mean, it can be very useful, but the situations in which you're taking advantage of siege, like, you're probably gonna win anyway. You're probably doing well anyways, you don't really need it, but it does lead to a nice synergy if you also have Fusillade. Siege is, you have a 35% chance of not using ammo while you're standing still. And, you know, if you can just be standing still and not worry about getting hit already, you're probably doing fine. Alright, we finally get some Pyromage here, so I can get some more fire abilities. You know, a little over 7 minutes into the run. Okay, so we're getting kind of close to the one of the make or break sections of the game, which is, can you deal with a gigantic horde of small enemies? Alright, there's light bullets, which is a fantastic upgrade here. More fire rate, more bullet speed, more max ammo, everything I want. And I just got hit by that because I'm an idiot. Alright, I'm gonna just kind of get my little area set up of trying to stay fairly still here. I can. But yeah, so this is where the hordes of small enemies come in. And this is what I'm talking about with, like, siege. Like, I can already do this. Having siege wouldn't make this any better. So I'm basically gonna do this for the next minute and a half until all of these enemies die. And then I can run around and gain like 4 levels off of all this experience. After this are the large enemies. Large enemies have much more health, which is a problem. And talking and playing at the same time is causing me to be very, very sloppy and just get hit by people being able to walk towards me. Alright, well, let's get a time here. Oh, I didn't have penetration already? Well, that's... okay, that's very useful here. That's gonna make this easier. That makes some sense. Why those enemies were getting pretty close. Almost out of the fire here. Well, I suppose I'm in the middle of the fire here, but not every expression works for every scenario. Okay, we're just about ready to pick up this experience. Okay, another 5 seconds or so to deal with these last few stragglers. Alright, there's the large enemies coming in, so let's level up. Alright, so we got energized, which is nice. Oh, there's kill clip. Perfect. Intense burn, love that. There's soothing warmth. Oh baby, here we go. Now we can start healing a little bit. However we inflict burn. And because of that, I really want vitality. I've got more HP to heal. And I'm picking up magnetism here. Okay, so fresh clip doesn't really do much for me. Rubber bullets, I'm still unsure as to how bullet penetration and bullet bounce work together. I think like your bullets penetrate as many times as they can and then bounce when they hit the final target, but by that point, how much lifetime does the bullet have left? I'm picking up Siege here just so I can get the synergy later. Okay, so I can go Power Shot to go for Splinter, or I can, you know, start getting Frost Mage and just make this run go a lot easier. Sure. Yeah, now, because the large enemies are coming in, there's a much smaller amount of these large enemies, so you get less experience for a little bit here. Important that I kind of just run around, grab as much of these straggler experiences as I can. Then I can turn around and absolutely murder them with a lot of fire. So I suppose like the only parts that I'm worried about now are when the next couple bosses show up. Like this one here. This one's not the worst, but I mean, you kind of want to be focusing on it, and it's difficult to do that when there's a bunch of enemies running around. Okay. So, Giant leads to regeneration, so I can have, you know, the maximum healing possible. But character size plus 50% is a huge pain in the ass. Like, making your hitbox bigger sucks, and taking the move speed also not the best. I'm gonna grab rubber bullets. I only have 1 bullet penetration right now, so maybe this will be pretty good. Like, but with a lot of penetration, I feel like it won't actually be good. Having a bunch of bounce. Alright. Boss down, what do we get? More burn damage, that's perfect. The last of Scarlet's abilities is extra burn duration, but that's not... Outside of bosses, that's not that useful. Because like these enemies are dying pretty fast. I don't think they're surviving through the burn ticks. Okay. Nice. More pickup range and chance to get more ammo on pickup. Very useful. Fuels my want to just keep shooting. There's a lot of these big enemies now. But can't really get close to me because of how much fire I'm shooting out, how fast my reload speed is. Like, if you look at me shooting them, and you can just see them getting pushed back a ton and getting frozen, so they won't continue coming at me. Like, sitting pretty right now. I just have to be careful for, around the next boss, and I'm probably fine. Alright, well, let's get a frostbite to just make this even easier. Now, with frostbite and all this fire, I can take out trees pretty fast, actually, if I want to. Which is nice. I loved when trees didn't do damage, you could just run into them constantly to get iframes. It led to some very, very fun shenanigans. There we go. There's a tree down. Let's try to deal with some of these guys here. Grab a level up. Excitement. Even more fire rate. Nice thing about excitement is that, like, by the time you get it, your pickup range is so good, and there's so many enemies on screen that it should be always active. So it's basically just extra pickup range and 35% fire rate boost all the time. Alright, there is the next boss. I was too focused on the boss and got shot from behind. Yeah, so this boss can be pretty annoying because a lot of projectile guys spawn, and this boss, as you just saw, shoots out a lot of lasers that just cut off space, so it can be pretty easy for you to get hit here. Like, I think this part of the run is really well designed because it puts you in a different kind of pressure than the rest of the run, basically. Where you need to be very, very aware of your position and the position of everything around you. Especially, it's basically a test of your peripheral vision. Alright, that's that boss down. Let's check it out. Okay, so we got Bullet Bounce, Tome of Power, and another Tome of Elements, which I don't know what happened. Like, I think one of the updates, maybe the Endless Mode one, made it so that you can get multiples of the same tome, because before that, I never saw multiples of the same tome. So we can get Tome of Elements here, and that'll be really, really strong. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get Tome of Rage, which triples your max ammo, which is just bananas. Alright, here's Stand Your Ground. Extra fire rate, extra projectiles, less movement speed, but whatever. And there's the last boss. Like, this boss, it's kind of weird that this is the final boss because it doesn't really do anything other than move fairly fast and have a lot of HP. Like, if it shot any kind of projectiles, it might be scary, but if you can get to this point, you can probably just destroy the boss. Like, I just killed it with, like, burn procs and split fire there. Like, not an issue. And we're at kind of the same portion as before, where there's just a bunch of small enemies trying to swarm you. Like, I'm basically guaranteed to win at this point, unless I do something very, very dumb. Alright, let's get Power Shot. Try and get Splinter very, very late. hot fire. What do I even want at this point? Sure, Divine Wrath. Let's call down more lightning. Considering that my lightning procs are very, very, very powerful. Yep, fire starter. I'm surprised I took that long to get that. So now we can shoot all these lovely, slow-moving fireballs. Yeah, so when your run goes well, the end game's not really a problem. Like, this run was won, like, pretty early on. Oh wow, a bunch of really good items here, but I'm gonna go with Gun Mastery. Just because I think it's the funnest ability of the ones there. Shatter's the best one, but this is just fun. Shooting more and more fire. Yeah, I think the fire rate on this Flame Cannon Rebirth may have been a little much. Because the amount of just, like, hot fire I'm spewing, backed up by very, very good lightning, like, really just not an issue. I'm mostly just walking around because I want to get this experience. You know what, let's slow down my fire rate so I can get bigger flame. Oh yeah, there we go. That's some big flame. Alright, let's do some hubris here. Let's get hit. Let's see how fast we can potentially heal this up. Oh, already healed up. And that's at a 0.05% chance per burn proc. Like, this is insanity. And I survived. So, yeah, that's 20 minutes till dawn. It's a super fun game. There's been a ton of updates, like they just added a new character and a new weapon that, hell, I'm probably just gonna shoot me trying the new weapon for the first time after this one. So yeah, fun game. Flame Cannon's really good. See you later.